Hi, what's up? This is Tasha. I know I look a mess. I gotta do something with this hair. But anyway, I'm gonna be very transparent. I mean, I'm usually transparent on my videos anyway, but Happy New Year! Happy New Year! We all made it. We made it. What's that song? By Hezekiah Walker. We made it. Something like. Well, anyway, we made it. We're here. I just want to tell something that happened to me a week ago. Okay, I have one of these big old blockers. I can't find my cute shades. The sun is like shining really bright. Well, it's not really that sunny, but the light, the daylight is kind of intense for my eyes. So that's why I have these on. I know I look. Who cares? I'm in my house. Last Wednesday, December 26, 2018. Last week, last year, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. I was out with my husband and our son and my in-laws. Okay, sister-in-laws, cousins, nieces, whatever. We were all hanging out. It was nice. We had first went to FAO Schwartz and hung out there for about an hour or so. And then, everyone was hungry. We went to this restaurant on 36th and 8th, I believe. And I ordered my hearty garden vegetable sandwich. It's pretty good, on a rosemary bun. I'm eating, I had my iced tea, and I got through half of the sandwich, and I began to feel full. And then, I would say about 5 or 10 minutes later, I was unable to breathe properly. It was hard for me to take in any air. So my husband said, "Baby, you want to go to the emergency room?" Whew. Excuse me. At first, I said, being stupid. And about maybe 2 minutes later, I told my husband, "Yes, please call 911. I really can't breathe." And my son was sitting across from me. I'm visually impaired, so I can't see the expression on his face. So I don't know really what's going on. But I know I could not breathe. And then I began to feel very hot. So I asked my husband to please push me outside. I'm in a wheelchair, if you've never, seen any of my videos before. I'm in a wheelchair, so my husband pushed me outside. Our son, came along with us. My sister-in-law and my niece came outside. And I just felt like crap. I couldn't breathe. And then on top of that, when I got outside, I began to throw up. I don't mean to be, graphic, but I threw up about 5 times. And I heard the sirens from the ambulance coming up the block. The EMS workers came out. They asked what was going on. My husband was trying to tell them. And then I began to yell. I said, "I'm a dialysis patient. And I feel like I am drowning." So they lifted me out of my chair, put me on the stretcher. My head was a little too low, so I asked them to please sit me up. Because if you've ever experienced anything where you feel like you're drowning, you got too much fluid in your lungs, if you lay flat on your back, that's a horrible feeling. So they put me on the ambulance. First, they just gave me oxygen, in the cannula. That wasn't working. They were trying to do my vitals. They took my blood pressure. They put the, I forgot what you call it, but the apparatus on the finger that measures your oxygen level. So my oxygen level wasn't really, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't changing. So then they put the other mask on my face. Still wasn't really doing anything. So then they put like the CPAP mask, something like that. And that air, the oxygen, was blowing so hard in my nose and my mouth. It made it feel like I really couldn't breathe. And I got nervous, and I was just out of sorts, and it was just a mess. And I remember the EMS workers telling me, you know, I'm not going to let you die. Because I told them, I said, I'm scared. I think I'm going to die. That's what I said. Because, you know, they were trying to calm me down. They were telling me don't talk. Because, you know, when you're talking, you can't breathe. You really can't take in any air. So I calmed down a little bit. And I emphasized a little bit. Then I began to slump over. I remember, you know, slumping over. And I was beginning to feel like life just leaving my body. You know, that's what I was feeling. Then I felt the EMS worker pull me by the shoulder and sit me back up. And I slumped over again, and he sat me back up. And I just began, you know, to softly call on the name of Jesus. And, you know, I just calling on Jesus, and I began to pray and repent. And I didn't remember everything I said, but I just was, you know, praying and repenting and just asking God to give me another chance. You know, even though there have been times where I said I didn't want to be here anymore. I'm just being transparent because of everything that I'm going through in my health. There are times where I just, you know, you understand, I guess. And I'm still alive. I thank God. I got to the hospital. There were a lot of people in the room working on me. They gave me aspirin and nitroglycerin to increase the blood flow, you know, to my heart and my brain and, you know, whatever. And they put this, I think it's called a BiPAP mask. It's like this huge thing, and it was really something. I stayed in the hospital from Wednesday to Saturday. I was in ICU for a few hours. My breathing improved. I got put into a regular room for the remainder of my hospital stay. And I'm home. Today is Wednesday, September. January 2nd, 2019. I'm talking about September. Lord have mercy. Yeah, January 2nd, 2019. I just thank God that I'm alive. But I just want to say something to anybody that's willing to listen to what I'm saying. If you've never seen any of my videos before, you know, I am a diabetic, and unfortunately, because of not taking the best care of myself and other things that occurred, and I'm not going to get into that in this video because it's going to make it way longer, but I am living with the complications of diabetes, and I have just about everything. I can hardly see. I have a heart condition. That's from the high blood pressure. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. I mean, it can be caused by other things, but, you know, I am a dialysis patient, you know, as I said earlier in the video. I am also a bilateral amputee below the knee. And I have a lot of other things going on in my life. And diabetes is manageable. Okay? You just have to manage it well. There were times I managed it well. There were times I did not. Okay? You're probably like, well, if you managed it well, why are you in this situation? You know, I did the best I could, but I will admit I could have done better. And because I didn't do better, I am a 37-year-old woman who is also a wife, who is also a mother, a sister, a friend. I'm still a human being, but I'm living with these complications. If I could turn back the hands of time, of course I would do that, and I would do way better. Living like this is not the end of the world, is not the worst thing that can happen, but it has It has changed my life drastically. My life is not the same. Things that I used to do, I am either unable to do or I need assistance doing them. For example, because I haven't learned to walk yet, and emphasis on the word yet. When I want to take a shower, my husband has to pick me up and put me on my shower bench, and I take a shower. I cannot wait to learn to walk so my husband won't have to do that. He doesn't mind, he doesn't complain, he doesn't do any, he does it with love, compassion, and kindness. And I praise God for that. But if I would have did a little better, he wouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't be sitting in the bed most of the time. You know, I miss walking my son to school. He's a big boy now. He can walk to school. Thank God the school is just a block away from my house. But I miss just getting up, getting dressed, and walking him to school. And I walked him to school until I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I could not walk him to school anymore, like around like the end of 2015, like the pain in my leg, and I just was not able to walk, and it just was too much. But I did it. Pain, losing my vision, everything. I still got up at 6 a.m., made sure that he had everything that he needed, made sure he was getting ready, made sure that he was good, and we walked to school together. I would even sit inside the cafeteria with him while he ate breakfast, or sometimes we would stop at the store and I would get him a bagel or something. I would just make breakfast for him in the morning, and I would just go sit in the cafeteria with him until it was time for him to go upstairs with his class. And I miss doing that. You know, I really miss doing that. There's a lot of, I miss cooking. I mean, I can still cook, but I need assistance right now. I miss my husband coming home from work and dinner was ready or just about ready, and I would just fix his plate and give it to him, and fix my son's plate and give it to them, and just watch them eat and enjoy their food, and just, you know, I just miss, it's just little things. I miss working. I miss getting up in the morning and just going to work. I didn't have the most glamorous job. I was a certified home health aide, and I miss doing that so much. I miss taking care of people. I just miss so many things. I'm not, you know, sitting here, woe is me, but I'm just being transparent. I'm just keeping it real with someone who is either a diabetic or they have a family member who is a diabetic, preferably like a young person. Anybody can learn from this video, but young people, because, you know, more and more and more young people, children, are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And, you know, sometimes, you know, young people think, oh, I'll be okay. Like, nothing's going to happen to me. They don't take care of themselves as much as they should. And then when they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s, they have complications. You know, I have been attempting to make this video for so long, and either I get interrupted or I don't know, but just take care of yourself. Going to dialysis 3 times a week, I mean, it's doable, but no one wants to get up and go to dialysis. We do it because we have to. And I'm going to be honest, and I know somebody might say you're an idiot, you're stupid, but like I said earlier, there were times that I didn't want to live. And there were times I wasn't going to dialysis like I'm supposed to, because I wanted to just die. You know, I didn't want to live anymore. I'm just going to be honest, you know, because you get tired. You get tired. And not only me, it affects my husband. It affects our son. It affects my friends, my family, those who are close to me, those who care about me and love me. It affects them. Maybe not as much as it affects, the immediate household, but it affects people. Like when I call people and tell them I'm in the hospital, they're scared. I spoke to 2 of my friends last week, and I told them, what was going on. They began to cry. And I'm like, wow. They would say, we can't lose you. We can't lose you, Tasha. And I didn't know they felt like that about me. I knew that they loved me. I knew that they care about me. But I didn't know that these 2 women who I love very much, I didn't know they felt like that. One of my best friend, I consider her my best friend, she began to cry. She said, I'm not ready to lose you now. She said, I'm not ready to lose you right now, Tasha. No. And, I don't feel good about it, but I'm like, wow, at least they care. My husband cares. I got a lot of good people in my life, and I'm blessed. And so I have to do what I have to do, even when I don't want to do it. It is hard not having legs. Yeah, I know I can learn to walk. It's hard not being able to see. Learning how to walk on 2 prosthetic legs and being visually impaired, that's a doozy. But I'll do it. I've made it this far. I do it. I have to. There's so many things in my life I want to do. I'm not going to say right now. There's so much I want to do. There's so many things. I want to travel. I want to do things. I just want to make my life, well, of course, ultimately with God's help. I want to just have my life be beautiful. Even within these circumstances, I just want to, I just want to make my life beautiful until God calls me home. I want to do right. I want to just want to do better. I don't want to ramble on too long. I'm sorry. But, please take care of yourself. If you have diabetes, if you're a young person and you just got diagnosed with diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2, take care of yourself. Type 2, they call it the quote-unquote, the better diabetes, because it can be reversed, but I'm not going to get into all that. Do your research and things like that. I'm not a doctor or anything, so please do your research. There have been times, even since I've been going through these complications, where my A1C has been as low as almost not being a diabetic. You understand what I'm saying? So even though unfortunately I have these complications, I can still do what I can to manage the diabetes and, just try to keep it as under control as I can. Just because I have complications don't mean I should just run wild and let my blood pressure be high, my blood sugar be high, just everything just be out of whack. Because that's not helping the situation. See, I know my lips are so shot. Okay, well, I'm not going to, talk anymore. Please share this video, like, subscribe, comment. I just want to get the message out there. I want to talk about other things on this show other than just me being a diabetic and being on dialysis. I have a lot of other videos talking about that. I am a person. I have feelings. I have likes and dislikes. There were a few people, maybe 2 people that reached out to me sometime last year, wanted me to just support them. I don't know where they are now. I think in another time I'm going to leave my email. If anybody, you want to email me, ask a question or leave a question in the comment section, I'll get back to you as best as I can. I am visually impaired. I'm not that savvy yet, so just be patient. But for now, if you have a question, comment, or whatever, just leave it in the comments area, and I will answer you accordingly, okay? So, until next time, this is Tasha. God bless. Next time, I'm going to look a lot nicer. Oh, one more thing I did want to talk about. I did want to talk about. Since I started dialysis, sorry, since I started dialysis, my hair texture has changed. And if you haven't already seen it, I have a bald spot on the side of my head, and that started when I began dialysis. I remember when my mom was on dialysis. She since passed away, but I remember when my mom was on dialysis, she had a nice head full of hair. She kept her hair natural, and within weeks her hair just fell out. She wasn't completely bald, but I would say about 90% of her hair fell out when she began dialysis. If you're a dialysis patient and you've experienced like hair loss, or your hair began to get thinner, and maybe you figured out like a way for it to grow back or whatever, if you have anything to add to that conversation, you could also leave a comment below. I'm not ashamed. I want to actually start wearing my hair out. I just need to go to the barber and get it, straightened up. I'm like, I already have all this going on the outside. Why, be ashamed of that? Once I put some lip gloss and some earrings on, I'm decent looking. But all right, guys. Until next time, I will talk to you. God bless. Share this video, please. Someone needs to see this. Please share. Please share. Please like and subscribe. All right. God bless you.